Hi, I'm Udo Dirkschneider, the singer of Accept-U.D.O, and you're watching the Metal Wars.
Welcome to another edition of the Metal Voice, a special edition because we're here with no other than the original voice of Accept, Udo Dirkschneider. Udo, thanks for taking your time out of your schedule to meet with us. And you're here on a North American tour.
Yes.
And that's going through the month of April.
Yes.
Good reaction so far?
Yeah, so far everything went very well. So, what can I say? I mean, I was a little bit surprised about the reaction, but it's good to see that a lot of people are still coming and listen to the music what we are doing. So, what can I say? We're looking forward to the rest of it.
And not only are you performing, I'm going to imagine they got the classic Accept songs, but you also got your back catalog to go with.
Yeah, I mean now the whole back catalog is out now in the US and I think also in Canada.
Right.
And I mean, of course, we do a good mix-up try to make a good mix-up of nearly all the U.D.O album, and of course we play some Accept classic stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
We have to.
Yeah. Or else you won't be allowed to leave.
Yeah, I know.
And then you've got the exciting new Steel Hammer. Your new album's coming out in North America in mid-May.
Yes.
But you released a single called
Metal Machine, and so since yesterday we played a song live, and so the reaction is very good. So yeah, I'm looking forward what the people say when they listen to the whole Steel Hammer album, and there will be some surprises on this album.
We were lucky enough to listen to the sound check, and that song is a killer. Also, when the last time you were in North America, because it seems like it's been forever.
Yeah, in North America it was 12 years ago. It was in 2001. Together we did a tour together with Saxon.
Okay.
But I think in Canada, I don't know.
No,
Since
in the 80s?
85, something like that. That's a long time ago.
And going back a long time ago, I mean, a lot of people don't realize you've been solo longer than you were actually in Accept.
Yes, with U.D.O now over 25 years now, and yeah, I did more albums with U.D.O than I did with Accept. So what can I say? I mean, the only thing what we are doing, what we have now is we have two new guitar players.
Okay.
So the reason for Stefan Kaufmann was his health was a problem, but it was already he couldn't play the drums anymore, Accept and all that, And then on the last tour he has so much pain, and then we said, okay, it's better to stop. I mean, the health is more important than to be on stage.
And what led to that very first Udo album, Animal House?
Animal House, yeah. That was normally planned to be the next Accept album after the Russian Roulette album, but then they decide to, I don't know, to be more commercial or whatever. And so they fired me then in a nice way, let's say it this way, and they said, okay, you can have all the songs of the Animal House album, so we want to do something different. And then they did the Eat the Heat album, and I did the Animal House album, and yeah, what can I say? I mean, it worked out very well, and I think it was definitely for me. I don't want to say anything wrong, but yeah, but I mean, Eat the Heat was not a bad album, but it was not a real Accept album. I mean, Animal House, if Animal House played by Wolf, Peter, and all the Accept guys, that would be a killer album after Russian Roulette. Let's say it this way.
Yeah, and then Eat the Heat. There's a song XTC. Did you cover that later on?
Yeah, but I knew this song already. I mean, it was a demo tape, and then I said, okay. Then some people asked us to do a tribute to Accept, and we said, okay, we do a tribute to Accept with U.D.O, and then I said, okay, I do the song Ecstasy.
Okay.
So, and it works out very well.
Yeah, and we were lucky enough to be able to interview Peter and Wolf, and they were saying they're still stand by that album, Eat the Heat, but again, I'm thinking record companies were putting a lot of pressure on you guys to do something more commercial, probably.
I don't know. I mean, they were not talking that much. For me, in my opinion, it was a lot of business stuff going on.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Especially, maybe the record company, especially in America, came up and said, "Yeah, we have to be a little bit more commercial. We want to sell more albums." But come on, we were selling nearly 2 million albums with Balls to the Wall.
Right.
So what you want to do more? And it's always like if you I mean, my voice, in a way, I can say, is unique, and this is it also was a trademark of Accept. You know,
sure,
if you change the singer, I think then you're losing something.
That's
Right?
right.
You lose your trademark.
And Metal Heart was another one that was a little bit more on the commercial poppy side, like Screaming
Yeah.
for a Love Bite that we were lucky enough to hear in the sound check.
Yeah.
That's a much more commercial sounding than historically Accept
Yeah,
had.
but with my voice, never
Right.
can be that commercial. So, but I mean, it was more, let's say in a way, more melodic. That's what I did also when I did, let's say, for example, Faceless World album with UDO. There was also a lot of different stuff on it, more melodically used keyboards and stuff like that. But it's in a way, you know, what you want to say, what is commercial.
Right.
You know.
And you're being very humble because you listen to songs like Winter Dreams.
Oh, yeah.
Your voice and what you did with Doro, the
Dancing with an Angel, yeah.
So you got a great voice and it's unique, like you said.
Yeah.
But it could be commercial, I think so.
Yeah, in a way.
And then, of course, early on in the career, you know, there was something of a double trouble when you formed with the production company with Michael Wagner.
Oh, yeah.
And you did the Raven album?
Yes, I mean that was a lot of fun. I mean,
Yeah.
when we produced this album, there was so much fun when we at the studio. I mean, always when the guys, I met the guys, they are still around.
Right.
Sometimes on the festival, we still talking about the
time,
production. Yeah. So that was a really funny time. I liked them very much. So, but I mean, also I'm still in contact with Michael. In a way, it was. In my head when we was doing the Steelhammer album, so Stefan was not available at the time. You know, I was thinking maybe to do the production together with Michael, but he was busy with Lordi.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he's still busy. He's got a very busy schedule. So.
Yeah, he is very busy.
And if anybody that wants to get that EP, it's called Break the Chain, and it's got the kick-ass version of Born to Be Wild. With Udo singing with Mark Gallagher. Yeah,
that was also a funny thing. That was not planned to do this, you know. We was a little bit drunk at the studio and they said, okay, let's jam a little bit. And then we were doing Born to Be Wild and Michael was pressing the record button and that's it.
That's it. One take.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Really, it's one take.
And that's it. When we kept in contact, I know years ago you said it would be difficult to do another Accept album just because where everybody lives, it would be hard to get together. Have you kept in contact with Wolf and Peter?
No, definitely not. I mean, I don't want to go too deep in this, you know, but we did a reunion and in the end it doesn't work out.
Oh, okay.
So then we did in 2005 some festivals over the summer in Europe. And there was no plan to do a reunion and stuff like that. So, and then when they start now again a reunion, Wolf, I don't know what he's talking about. I heard he said, no, we was not asking Udo, blah, 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 but this is not true.
Okay.
They asked me to do the reunion, and then I didn't say directly no. I said, okay, we can talk about this. And then we had a long talk, and then in the end, I said, sorry guys, but under these conditions, I don't want to do this. I mean, I can say I'm quite successful with UDO and I do what I want to do. I have fantastic musicians around me. So and then I said, okay, thank you very much, but I wish you all the best and do it.
It's funny, when we interviewed Wolf, he also didn't want to get too deep into it, but he was very complimentary. He was very happy with the way, because we respect both you as an artist and them, of course. And like he said, you both have your separate careers, and you're both having success with your careers.
So I mean,
it's a win-win for us as fans.
Yeah, of course. You can hear Balls Metal Hot twice. So
yeah, exactly. And you know, just some stories going back today. What were some of the best tours or best groups you toured with that you really enjoyed touring with?
Oh, this is definitely, there was in '81 Judas Priest.
Okay, yeah.
And definitely when we came over with Accept for the first time to America with Kiss. I mean, there was something else.
Really?
You know, that was a great tour, you know.
Yeah, that must have been something opening for them with the... And then maybe on the same vein, like what tours or bands that you didn't particularly enjoy traveling with or getting around with?
I mean, I toured with nearly everybody, you know. I think the only bands I'm missing is Metallica and AC/DC. So, I mean, I was on tour with Motley Crue, with Red, with Quiet Riot, with Ozzy, with Crocus. I mean, Iron Maiden, I don't know, nearly with everybody. And yeah, I mean, what can I say? I mean, you know, it was also interesting. You learned something, you know. At this time, the band was much bigger than for Accept or U.D.O. I mean, that it was also on tour with Ozzy Osbourne when I did U.D.O. in '89.
That's true.
So and still you're learning something, you know, and that was interesting. But and now I don't. Maybe for America, maybe it can be interesting to open up for, I don't know, maybe again for Iron Maiden or Metallica or stuff like that.
Okay.
That would be great. But so far for me it's now at the moment much more more interesting to do smaller clubs and see how everything goes. You know.
And again, what we were saying earlier is it's hard to judge the popularity because the record sales are down so far.
Oh yeah.
So and you've got to make money on tours, obviously. So.
Yeah.
This tour going around North America is just testing of the waters for Udo, and hopefully he'll be back in 2014 and traveling around. So
it looks like.
Is there any way? Is there a possibility of ever having a Udo Accept?
No, definitely not.
And what's happening after this North American tour for?
Oh, we go back to Europe and then we start doing a lot of festivals in Europe over the summer. And then we go to South America, I think in July for the first part. Then we start in the middle of September for 3 months touring Europe, nearly everywhere. I mean, U.D.O. is, you can say, quite huge in Russia, so this is a very strong market for us. And so then next year we have to do the second part of South America, and then it looks like that we are coming back to America and also Canada.
We're keeping our fingers crossed
for a longer tour.
And hopefully the weather will be nicer than today. We're having a freak snowstorm here.
Yeah, this is I don't like.
And just some thoughts. I'll throw out some album titles, and you can give me your thoughts about the recording process or any stories like well, take Mean Machine, your second solo album.
Yeah, I mean that was for the first time I was writing songs with different people, not with Peter, with Wolf and the whole Accept bunch. I mean, it was also get into cold water, you know, but it worked out quite well. So, and then we had also a very good producer, Mark Dodson. He was working with Judas Priest, and he was also working with Accept. Here we go. It was not me. Yeah, so I mean, it was also interesting now to step out of the whole Accept thing, you know.
So we're just thank Udo for taking the time out to be with us today. As you can hear, they're getting ready for tonight's show. So, thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Very a pleasure meeting you.
And see you.